GAA. We all belong here, in this place, at this time. We belong not because of who we are or where we come from. Being here means belonging. Belonging means knowing you're part of a community that has a place for all, where potential is nurtured, where individuals become teams, who honour the legacy of those who went before and strive to build a legacy of their own. Some of us play, some of us used to play, some of us never played. We all belong. Belonging means having a voice, means being able to say what you think is right, being listened to. Belonging means respecting each other, means being there for each other, on the pitch, off the pitch. Belonging means rolling our sleeves up and doing what needs to be done. We all belong, whether it's our first day or our 100th year. We all belong here, because this place belongs to us all. Our GAA, where we all belong.
It's a long drive to Croker from here. In ways even longer for the fans. The effort, I can tell you, it's worth it. Even today, I can still hear it. The roar of the hill. It's gonna be something else.
You're very welcome here today to Aughrim for the second round of our Senior Football Championship quarter-finals. Two cracking games in store today. We have Baltinglass up first against Donard in the the first game with Garrett Whelan refereeing. Both teams just finishing their warm-ups here. It's a typical October day. The rain has stayed away, thankfully. A strong breeze down into the town end. Both teams have navigated their way here. I suppose both teams play Kiltegan is the best line of form we can go with. Both teams beating them by 2 points. Baltinglass lost their first game to Rathnew after extra time, winning their second one against Kiltegan, where they came from 9 points down. Donard beat Kiltegan by 2 points in their first game, and a cracking win against Avondale, which has got them to the quarter final. As I said, both teams just finishing their warm up here. Alan, a great game in store. Donard are on a kind of after winning the intermediate last year, I suppose they're on a real they're in bonus territory now, but they're on a real up. Baltinglass are champions from last year. We've a lot to find out here in the next hour.
We're in for a good game. Look, ground looks very choppy out there as well this time of year. But like as you say, Donard they're on the bounce, as a lad to say, because sometimes when someone goes up, they say they're automatically come back down. But they proved everyone wrong. They're safe. They've nothing to lose. They can go ahead. I think Baltinglass will be more fearful, I think, of Donard, because you're top of the food chain there, you know, and everyone's looking to get a bite at you. And like Donard will see that they are beatable, because Baltinglass have also done it, or Rathnew have done it. But and we're coming back from the 8 points down last week from Baltinglass showed great grit, you know. Like seeing Kevin Murphy out around the middle of the field, I'd say he definitely doesn't want to see Shawnee Furlong again in the full back, you know, and with the full back number on him. I suppose we're in for a good game here. Wind into the town end, but it's. The tricolour is blowing, but out there it's not as windy, I think, as yesterday, maybe.
Probably, you know, it doesn't seem to be as windy. We're going to give a quick run through the teams here first. I think we've Baltinglass up on the screen first. Mark Jackson is in goal. David Gettings, Keane Lee and Carl Furlong in the full back line. Patrick Burke, Billy Cullen and Thomas Burker in the half back line. Kevin Murphy and Jason Kennedy line up in midfield. Stephen Heaslip, Johnny Keogh and Sean Doody are the half forward line, with Tommy Keogh, Adam McHugh and John McGrath. That's a dangerous looking full forward line in there. Donard are up next. Donard have Brian Keogh in goal, Jack Grace, Owen Kelly and Alan Tuhy. Ronan Kelly, Colin Osborne and Conor Healy are the half back line. John Hanbridge and Sean Brannigan in midfield. Brian Lennon, Kevin Keeley and Lee Monaghan are the half forward line, with Ray Halloran, Alan Daly and Shane Daly in the inside line. And as I said, that's a very dangerous looking full forward line. Baltinglass, John McGrath didn't start the last. They came on, made a huge difference. As I said, they made a few changes, a few switches. No Mikey English again, by the looks of things. Must be carrying a knock, I'd say, at this stage of the championship. But, you know, Donard will have it all, while, you know, Alan Daly has to be held. He's the go-to man for Donard. Donard will have a job holding that inside forward line for Baltinglass.
They will, but like Alan Daly, I say, like he's pound for pound probably the second best left foot in Wicklow at the minute. Like Shawnee has that one accolade, like it's going to be hard to took off him. But like, Alan Daly is our go-to man, and like people say, oh, if you try show him up and try to stop getting him scores, but look, he's still getting them.
Yeah, know? And look, I suppose one thing we noticed with the Avondale game earlier in the year was, as I said, you know, they gave an exhibition on how to get the ball to their shooter.
Yeah.
you know, Avondale knew he was the danger man. Everyone in the ground knew he was the danger man, but they kept getting the ball to him in the right place, and he kept getting the scores.
Yeah, well, I think that where it's going to be won and lost, I think that if Baltinglass are going to get over Donard here, I think it's going to be Baltinglass's half forward line are going to have to stop the ball getting up the field into the full forward line for Donard, and like that's and the midfield battle. Kevin Murphy and Jason Kennedy, they'd be very clever at that too. Like you can mark Alan Daly all you want, but if he gets the good ball in, that's your problem. Like, yeah. But I think it's going to be won and lost around the middle third here.
As I said, we're just getting ready here now. Garrett Whelan is just calling the two teams in. We're going to have the captains taking the toss. Sun is out here in Aughrim. It's a lovely, fine day, and we're just getting everything sorted. The umpires and linesmen are getting their positions. Has said the sun could be a factor in that bottom goal, Alan. Maybe it's a goal he might want to hat on him.
Well, definitely. I'm only back from Lara myself up there. I was up there at a relegation match, and you could see it played havoc up there on lads as well. The ball was coming to him, and they just lost it in the last second. One that actually got it in the face, you know, because just the minute he was about to catch it, it was gone. And that will happen.
It's a winter sun, as the fella says, shining here, but thankfully it's shining anyway. The rain seems to have gone away. We had a fairly dark day yesterday's two cracking games here. Blessington coming out on top in the first one against AGB, and Pats 14-man Pats navigating their way through in the second one. Both teams now sitting pretty in the semi-finals and waiting for the battle to commence here today. So,
but it's winter football now. I mean, you know, like, there's nothing going to be too fancy or glossy out there. Get the head on. It's going to be heavy legs, you know. And as we keep saying, it's down to a panel now as well.
Down to a panel, definitely. You know, we've seen over the course of yesterday that the switches made a huge difference on both sides, and We just looked at teams seem to be lining out. We don't have any major changes. Alan Daly is wearing 14, but he's gone to his normal post out on the corner here underneath us. Garrett Whelan calls for the ball. We're just about ready to rock and roll for the first of our booming platform higher senior football championship quarter-finals here today. As I said, two teams sitting pretty waiting. Our Pats and Blessington. Seems to be a small issue with something that Garrett's not happy with. Waiting for checking the watches. Brian Lennon and Thomas Burke. That's a good match up here. Sean Doody's at wing forward.
A massive unit there.
As I say, Garrett Whelan's just having a good look around. He throws the ball in. We're away in the first match for today. The ball breaks to Jason Kennedy. Kennedy in control of possession, gets the ball out to Johnny Keogh. Keogh drops deep and a long loop and hand pass inside Adam McHugh. Heavy hit from Conor Healy. McHugh up straight away. There's a chance here. Jason Kennedy attacks the ball, heads to the 21, tries to offload it. Pass, gets his boo on it, gets it high and over the bar for a split second there. After 20 seconds, he could have had the first goal chance, but Jason Kennedy opts to take his point. Just couldn't get the hand pass away in time and opened up there, Donard.
It did open up, a heavy hit there, and Healy come across, done well, got in on Adam McHugh. But McHugh rode the tackle very well now and got the ball off. And Kennedy, if he had got his head up quicker, he possibly could have had a goal.
Brian Keogh to take the kick out here. Again, Baltinglass with a really high press there, putting pressure on the keeper to go long. He does go long, kicks a huge kick. Hand on it from Sean Doody. Again, Jason Kennedy is on the break. Off his shoulder there goes Kevin Murphy. Murphy wearing number 8. Pops a pass outside here to Stephen Heaslip. Heaslip tries to find Adam McHugh. Keeper Brian Keogh comes out. McHugh gets there first. The keeper decides to go back in, but there's a pull on the jersey there on Adam McHugh, and it'll be a free in for Baltinglass. And Baltinglass have hit the ground running here.
It's just me, Emma. There's a lot of green out there. No, there is white in the bottom, but if you look at them really quick, there is a little bit of crisscrossing there.
There is indeed. Grass is green as well, Alan. Probably not helping. According to the head of you today.
Tends to be, yeah.
This will be a chance for Johnny Keogh. Just to the right hand side of the post, so we say Baltinglass playing into the breeze here. Looking to register their second score here already after just about a minute and a half. You'd fancy Johnny Keogh to tap this one over. Steps up and kicks it high and it goes up and it's over the bar. It's a score for Johnny Keogh. Another score for Baltinglass. 2 points to no score now, and a great start against the breeze there. Alan taking the sting out of Donard early. They haven't been down the other end yet.
No, and they need to win this kick out, get a break, get the ball up, test the full forward line.
Brian Keogh to take the kick again. There's a huge press from Baltinglass. It's their centre forward. Kevin Keeley comes all the way out. Billy Cullen is on it, but there's a push in the back there. It's a free to Keeley. Conor Healy has ball in hand. He'll take it quickly. He gets the ball out as far as Alan Tuohy. Tuohy has a look up and passes the ball into Brian Lennon. Lennon out in front of Sean Doody. Has a look. Pops a little pass off here as far as Shane Daly. Daly wearing 15, he's out around the middle of the field, gets it to Conor Healy. Healy is tackled, huge intensity on the tackle there, but Healy does really well. He has his advantage. Play on, says the referee. There's no advantage accruing, so he's going to give the free.
Yeah, Alan Daly beckons to put it down. He wants to have a pop, get foot on ball, wind in his back.
About 50 yards out, he's pretty much straight in front of the goal, so it'll be a big first kick, but
often to go off the ground. Hard done at this time of year.
Daly takes his 5 or 6 strides back, sets himself. As I said, we're about 52 or 3 yards out, I suppose, here. Chance for Daly to register Donard's first score. It's not a simple kick. Seems to get a good enough connection. Seems to be a huge kick from Daly, high and over the bar.
That's a lovely kick, and he even sounded by the purchase on it. It wasn't a good connection, but he was gliding all the way.
2 points to 1 here. 3.5 minutes gone. Donard registered their first score from the free there. Alan Daly. Kick out from Mark Jackson. He goes out as far as his cornerback. David Gettings on the ball. Solo's up, no one has went near him. He's all the way to the middle of the field with that ball into Stephen Heaslip. Heaslip has a look there underneath the stander. He cycled the ball back to Kevin Murphy out wearing number 8. He's playing in midfield too. We thought there might be a swap around there, but Murphy is threw the shackles off from full back and he's out in the open spaces of midfield. Ball there from Billy Cullen in as far as John McGrath. McGrath gets his head up, pops a brilliant ball in there. Oh, it's a good hand on it by Conor Healy. Gets back, touches it away, picks up the pieces himself. Adam McHugh tackles, Tommy Keogh tackles, but worked out well there by Owen Kelly, and Conor Healy gets it up the line here as far as Liam Monaghan. Monaghan has a solo, has a look, sizes up his options and pops the pass off to Brian Lennon. Lennon 65 yards out from the Herps goal here now. On the solo, gets the ball back in as far as his midfielder John Hambridge. Hambridge has a look again. Baltinglass just drop into their defensive system here, and there's a little bit of space for Donard if they're willing to run ahead. It's Liam Monaghan on the ball, gets it back. It's in the hands of Colin Osborne. Osborne recycles it back to Shane Daly. Slow, patient build up here by Donard. Again, the numbers are back for Baltinglass. Their defensive unit doing really well. We've seen a lot of this over the course of the last day or so in these senior football matches. Defensive systems coming out on top. It's Brian Lennon gets the ball, steps inside Sean Doody. Lennon has a look again. He needed support. It wasn't coming. The number 17 Clifford Grace is on instead of Jack Grace here. He started. Ball is out here as far as Sean Brannigan. Brannigan looks to be carrying a bit of an injury there. He wasn't moving too freely, but he does get the ball back to Lennon. He gives it to Kevin Keeley. Recycling again, as we said, it's patient stuff from Donard, but they're in possession. Brian Lennon has a look, gets the ball back out to Kevin Keeley. Opts to drill a ball across, but two Baltinglass men there. One of them is Jason Kennedy, a good block down, and he throws a loose hand pass, and it's gone out over the sideline, right down in the corner there, and just maybe
we have a change. I think Jack Grace hasn't started, and Clifford Grace, I think
number 17 Clifford Grace is on the field anyway, and he's picking up John McGrath.
But just looking at Donard there, they're very slow in their build up, and Alan Daly's out around the 45 and the 50 here, and like that's no place you want that man, because they're not even looking to get him into a pocket. Like you're not going to, if they're wonder scores if you get them.
Ball has actually went out for a 45. I thought went out for a line ball in the corner. It's a 45 right on the sideline here in the dugout. He goes short, takes it quick and pops the little ball in as far as Ray Halloran. It is Halloran gets the ball back to Daly. Again, Daly right down in the corner here, gets it to Kevin Keeley. It's a loop and hand pass. Oh, it's a loose ball from Keeley though. Taken by Kevin Murphy, gives it to John McGrath. Baltinglass get a chance to break here. Johnny Keogh is on the ball, gets it to Sean Doody. Doody looks up, gets the pass back to Johnny Keogh. Keogh steps inside his man Clifford Grace, and he's away. Keogh solos with the ball, good carrier of the ball. This man gets it into his brother Tommy. Tommy has a look up, twists and turns. He's about 40 yards out, needs a bit of support. That support is Sean Doody, plays a 1-2 with him. Keogh goes lateral all across the field here over as far as Patrick Burke. Burke gets the ball and pops off a pass. Oh, two players tangle off the ball. There'll be interesting to see what comes of that. Patrick Burke is not happy with Liam Monaghan's attentions. The ball is inside though, and it's in the hands of Tommy Keogh underneath the scoreboard. Recycles it back as far as Adam McHugh. Looked like he was going to shoot. Gets the ball to Stephen Heaslip. Heaslip on the 21, a free in. Another loose challenge there right in front of the goal, and referee Garrett Whelan is going to have a chat with his linesman over here, Chris Canavan. There was a little
bit of a bite in each other there, Emmett, and there could be something done about this.
There's a bit of, it looked like wrestling more. I don't think there was a clear strike. It was more of a tangle than anything from what I seen. But the referee has been asked to look at what might be going on. The two men in question are Liam Monaghan and Patrick Burke here, I think.
But just looking at the Baltinglass, the way they broke and attacked up the field, they've more outlets. They've a few different options. They're able to spray at the different corners. As I say, Donard come up there, and they look a little bit lost at times where to go, what to do. Baltinglass have set up defensively.
And that's were very direct as well. They moved the ball into the danger area a lot quicker. I suppose against the breeze.
A yellow card apiece, are they?
Looks like Liam Monaghan and Patrick Burke are going to enter the book here. Whelan is just having a good chat with the two of them. Yellow and a yellow apiece, so two lads will have to mind themselves for.
But definitely a back. Your card is marked straight away now. You can't one or two more fouls.
And I suppose if you're Liam Monaghan, you can't leave a hand on Patrick Burke going forward now either. He bombs forward. If he gives a tug of the jersey or a pull, he could be in trouble now. So it works both ways.
Well, you could see possibly a switch of a player there now. You'll be using your head at all. Get each other away from each other.
Johnny Keogh. He's about 22 or 3 yards out with this one. About a yard or two to the right hand side of the post. Lines himself up, kicks with the right foot. It's high and it's over the bar. Baltinglass lead 3-1 after 8.5, nearly 9 minutes gone here. That's another sub coming in here for the. Sean.
He pulled up. He's a heavily strapped right high.
Sean Brannigan just couldn't He was obviously carrying an injury into it, and the number 18, Kevin Osborne, is in for Sean Brannigan.
So you're going, Conor Healy has gone now into the field. And he's gone in wing back.
Brian Keogh takes it quick, gets the ball out to his corner back. Is Jack Grace. Grace is back on the ball, plays a 1-2. Baltinglass again, huge intensity, huge pressure on the man on the ball there. It's a loose boot thrown at, ball breaks back. Brian Lennon goes, Sean Doody goes for it. Kevin Murphy comes out on top as Doody goes to ground. Ball is in the hands of Jason Kennedy now all the way back. 4 or 5 men available there for the Baltinglass men straight away as they get into their routine of moving the ball forward. Kevin Murphy has the ball here, gets it to David Gittins, is it? Yeah, Gittins pops a pass up the line. Billy Cullen is on the ball here. Cullen has a look up, pops a pass in as far as Tommy Keogh, just fails to control it, keeps it in though, does well enough to keep it in. Alan Tuhy and Owen Kelly pick up the pieces. Kevin Keely's back there, gets the ball in as far as Colin Osborne. Osborne gets it up to Conor Healy now, as we said, playing in midfield. He's been moved up there, he takes off with the ball, carries the ball strongly, 65 yards out, pops the ball off to Shane Daly. Daly doesn't take it. Healy is there to pick up the pieces, gets through 2 tackles, gets through a third one. Kevin Murphy meets him with a fair shoulder, and he's blown for charging there, so he threw the ball. Yeah. So Conor Healy there, just the pressure was on though. The Baltinglass are, the intensity they're tackling is very strong.
Like it's 3-on-1 there nearly every time they get a ball, like, and it's a work rate there. But once again, Healy, the minute he got the ball, he should have got the head up. Alan Daly, he broke away, he got room, like, and then he took a play himself and he couldn't.
Carrying it into pressure.
Then into pressure and got turned over and lose it.
Now Baltinglass take their free, back it goes here as far as Keane Lee solos with this one, gives it back to Kevin Murphy. Murphy at the top of his own D pops a pass off here to Carl Furlong pops a little pass off. Baltinglass happy to just play with the ball in their own half here at the minute. Alan Daly though, he was quick on it there. Kevin Murphy just about got away with that one. Keane Lee in possession of the ball. Baltinglass now look to get forward with this one. Long foot pass up to Johnny Keogh, space in front of him, he gets it, has a look at his options. There's runners off either side of him. Sean Doody asks for the ball, gets it, gives it in as far as Thomas Burke looking to go forward now. Passes the ball with his left foot. Does he get enough on it? No. Colin Osborne gets back, gets a foot in there, and it's into the hands of the number 17, Clifford Grace. Grace gets the ball up as far as Conor Healy. Healy looks up, now he goes for the long ball in. It's in as far as Ray Halloran. Halloran reads it really well, but ball just passed him out, and David Gittins does really well to get back and cover in the full back line. Gets the ball back as far as Mark Jackson. Jackson pops it out to Keane Lee. He gives it to Kevin Murphy. Murphy has dropped deep now for the last few minutes, and he's handling a lot of ball back right on his own 21, probably where he's more used to handling, as the fella said. But away comes Carl Furlong with the ball, does really well, bursts the speed there, but tries to foot pass it. It's well blocked down by Alan Daly. He gets it to Conor Healy, back to Daly. Daly tries to pop off a little pass, he gets it into John Handbridge. Handbridge on the burst here, was he fouled? No, says the referee. Yes, says the referee now. Looked like he bought the free, to be honest. He was happy enough to get it.
Donard in the last 3 minutes now, they've gone more direct. They got a long ball in. You see Kevin Murphy having to drop back down a sweep and roll, but David Gittins made a massive interception there. Or I think Ray Halloran was in, because that was a very good ball, just in over.
He used his body well to turn the player, and it was a good cover from the corner back there. Again, we have Liam Monaghan to kick this one. About 33 or 4 yards out, takes a few steps in, narrows the angle, kicks it high. There's a call for a post, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide, and those are the type of chances Donard will have to take all day if they're going to be in the hunt here. Just about 13 minutes gone here. Baltinglass lead 3 points to 1. As we said, the Baltinglass playing with the aid of the breeze, or against the breeze. Donard playing with the aid of the breeze. Brilliant kick out from Mark Jackson out to Carl Furlong. Brilliant kick straight into the hands of the cornerback. He sets sail up the wing, needs a bit of support now. John Handbridge gets a hand on, but it's into Sean Doody. Doody pops it to Jason Kennedy, back inside to Thomas Burke, to Johnny Keogh. Ball move quickly through the hands. John McGrath hand passes the ball in front of Tommy Keogh. Brilliant play by Keogh, out in front, gets to the top of the D. McHugh looks for it, gets it back to Keogh. Brilliantly blocked down there by Jack Grace. Huge block down. McHugh goes to retrieve it again. There's 2 or 3 Donard men around. McHugh does really well. He's won another free here, surely. Brilliant play by Adam McHugh to retrieve.
I would treat Donard lads. He done very, very well there, but equally the Donard defenders broke the ball down well. A little spill, bounce didn't come up to anyone, but McHugh done very, very well there to earn this free for his team.
Another chance for Baltinglass here, and they're bringing Mark Jackson all the way up from his post in the goal to kick this one off the ground.
telling Adam to take a break. He's a little bit rattled after them few challenges.
But as we said, it's the direct movement of Baltinglass against this wind. They're moving the ball quick to the right places.
Yeah.
They've a slick game plan and they're sticking to it really well. And it's working really well. Mark Jackson, in his familiar pose, drilled this one high, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide. A good connection, but the accuracy wasn't there, unfortunately, for the Baltinglass keeper. 3 points to 1 here with 14 and a half minutes gone. We're approaching the first water break. Brian Cow will take the kick out. Has a look to see what his options are. Goes short. Oh, it's because went short there, and it was just about.
He hadn't a whole lot of options.
He didn't, but he was near taking one. They've just about got away with. John Hanbridge gets the ball in as far as Kevin Osborne. Osborne gets the ball down the field to Colin Osborne. He charges forward now. Maybe from that let off they can get down and get a score at the other end. Conor Healy gets the head up, drills a pass out to the line to Shane Daly. Right underneath the stand, about 50 yards out, pops the ball into Liam Monaghan. Monaghan now has a bit of space to run into. Strong runner, kicks on the run, kicks it high. Oh, it's a good score from Liam Monaghan, a brilliant score on the run there. Kicks a huge point for Donard. One was badly needed, and I suppose from the little bit of a let off at the other end, it's a good score to get.
It is a good score and it's badly needed, but look at say he scored, he'd come there at the water break now. Colin Osborne made a good run up the middle of the field, didn't get his head up again, and Ray Halloran had come across. He'd got away from his marker, he was in the middle of the goal, and Colin didn't. He opted to go across the field and go to Conor Healy. Now they found Liam Monaghan, got a good score off it, but if they didn't, these are the decisions they have to be taken.
Definitely, it's 3 points to 2 here at the first water break. Both teams just getting in. The manager's taking a minute to get a few words into the teams. Donard are.
A lot of other big results around the county yesterday, Emmett, and another one this morning there, the Junior A. A few demolitions and a few of them there.
Yeah, I seen Barndarry had a very good win over Pats. I think it was 6-14 to 1-4 or something along the lines. Larrabee, Hannah Curry in the relegation.
They did 11 points, thanks for that there, Emmett. Yeah.
I think Kiltegan had a good win in their relegation. They won by 3 points against their Rogue, I was told this morning come in, so that puts them in a good position there with 2 wins on the board.
That's one away and one home. That's a good result. I didn't hear how Tinhealy got on. And Curra were they were behind and they were ahead. They could have won it. A draw probably would have been the fairest result, but look, it didn't get it.
Didn't get it, and I suppose
crunch time next week now.
Crunch time, and they got to rub of the green probably the day before maybe as well with a late goal winning them the game. So you can't have
chasing the game. You
can't have luck the whole time, Alan.
Why not?
It helps.
Who made up that rule? Yeah.
So
the umpires and officials are having a bit of a chat down here, and I think that's why they're getting a little bit of an extended water break.
Yeah, there is a bit of a chat going on. One of the umpires there laying down the law by the looks of it. He's gone back in to have a second talk to him. He wants to talk to him on his own. He's getting told off, I'd say.
Very simply could be. It's heavy hand signal going on anyway.
Right, the teams are coming back out here. Donard first to break from their, we'll say it's a prolonged water break.
There, you would have got to 1.5 minutes there.
He did, so.
But the man had to sort out his own housekeeping there. Has to be done.
Baltinglass with no changes during the water break, so Mark Jackson will restart us with a kick out here.
But in saying that, there's been a lot of lads quiet for Baltinglass too. Sean Doody, he mentioned once, John McGrath got the first ball, hasn't been heard tell of. Jason Kennedy equally. Kevin Murphy, I'd say, has most of the possession thus far.
John McGrath takes a huge kick, but brilliantly taken there. A heavy hit on him by Clifford Grace. He gets straight up and plays away. Waiting was a marker free. It's a free. He's given the free, so he has a bit more time. Kicks the ball into Kevin Murphy. Murphy takes a heavy tackle there from Conor Healy. It's a foul by Conor Healy. Sean Doody goes to take the free. Quickly, he's not let.
Gained a few yards.
Goes back with the ball as far as Tom Burke. Gives it back to Doody now. Baltinglass look to build again here. 65 yards out. Doody solos with the ball. Has a look up. He has options inside. Little hand pass inside as far as Tommy Keogh. Keogh drops the shoulder, comes back out, gives the ball to Doody. Doody breaks a tackle and has a look up. Gets to the top of the D. Goes for the kick. Opts for the kick. It's a huge one. Oh, the keeper just about held it and then slipped while he was coming out with the ball. Brian Keogh gathers himself up fairly well though and comes away. Gets the ball to Jack Grace. He finds Alan Tutty Tutty solos now and comes out. Has a look. Conor Healy is always available, to be fair. The number 7 gets his head up and kicks a long foot pass over underneath the stand there as Donard now look to build from the back here. Ball is in the hands of Kevin Keely. Keely gets head up. Will they go direct? They come lateral though. They go as far as Colin Osborne. Osborne gets his head up now, gets the ball into Brian Lennon. Lennon has a look. He's right on the sideline on the press box side here, about 30 yards out from the town goal. Gives it back to Keely. Donard look to recycle. Baltinglass get numbers back, but there is space across the middle and Shane Daly has found that space. He gets his head up. There's runs being made inside, but again pressure from Tom Burke. He goes for the kick from a long way out. It's gone just to the right of the post and wide, and again for all their work on the ball, they just he was forced to kick really. Baltinglass done really well.
They're pushing him out. They're not giving him an option. Like, and popping a score, trying to pop a score like that 35 yards out
under pressure.
And the left foot on the wrong side for you, it's just not going to happen.
Kevin Murphy is underneath this kick out, bats the ball down, gets it at the second attempt. Conor Healy gets right into the tackle. Alan Daly, and Healy will force him out over the line. Really well done from Donard there. Healy and Alan Daly head up from Healy straight away, gets the ball in as far as Shane Daly. This time he turns and kicks on his left, kicks it high, but it's gone high and it's gone over the bar, just snuck inside the left hand post there. I thought it might be drifting away. 20 minutes gone and we're level here now, Alan.
A well worked score, put pressure on the kick out, got the ball turned over and moved the ball quick.
Quick and direct.
Don't be going lateral with it, go direct.
Quick and direct in front of the goal in the scoring area. Mark Jackson to take the kick out. 2 balls on the pitch now. Kick out will be Mark Jackson's, sizing up his options. Again, a huge kick from Jackson against the wind there, out right out as far as Johnny Keogh, but Keogh can't gather the ball. It comes off his hand. Colin Osborne takes it quickly. Monaghan is in a bit of space. Here's a chance for Monaghan. Head down and solos with the ball. Has a look, pops it off, goes backwards as far as Colin Osborne. Osborne is 45 yards out, just in from the sideline here. Gives it to Kevin Keely. Keely again head up straight away, but there's not many options inside. Baltinglass have all those routes blocked off at the minute. Conor Healy, dummies the solo, does really well. Looks like he was pushed when he was kicking it there.
I'd say he was unlucky not to get free there. Just a little hand lift on his shoulder, just as he's pulling the trigger now. When you get away with him, they look good, just getting your hand. As I say, it's winter football, it's a day for backs. Just get your hand in, greasy.
Pressure on the ball. And there's lots of pressure here. Baltinglass are exerting a lot of pressure on the man in possession, as are Donard on the opposite end, but a huge kick again from Jackson. John McGrath's underneath, just gets to it before the sideline. Brilliant play by McGrath to keep the ball in, but Tom Burke is under pressure. Huge hit there from Conor Healy on Burke. Both men go to ground, but it's picked up by Alan Daly. Daly is pushed to the ground by Kevin Murphy, according to Garrett Whelan. It's a free in, and Donard's tails are just up a little bit now. They're starting to be a little bit more vocal and they're fist pumping, but Kevin Keely is on the ball. Great ball in as far as Ray Halloran. Halloran's out in front, twists and turns, looks for his options, kicks this one high. It's hanging, dangerous ball inside, but Mark Jackson deals with it really well. Tackled by Alan Daly, and Jackson comes away with the ball. Jackson is dragged to the ground. Little bit of a Ronaldo dive now, if we're all honest there. There wasn't that much in it, but he's up and he's away and everyone's playing. Keane Lee was on the ball, gets it inside. It's in with his corner back now. David Gettins pops it off to Thomas Burke. Burke, we haven't seen as much of the two Burkes in this first half either, raiding forward. Maybe it's just the wind. They're being pinned back a little bit. They're afraid to go too far and leave openings with the wind. Maybe it's Thomas Burke is on the ball. He took it from Sean Dood. He looks up. It's Johnny Keogh. Keogh out in front of Colin Osborne. Does well. Breaks the tackle. Has a look up. There's space inside, but he opts to come back to Kevin Murphy with the ball. Baltinglass played a patient game here against the wind. It's Patrick Burke. He gets his head up. That's a good looking ball inside in as far as Tommy Keogh, but he's dragged to the ground. It's a free into Baltinglass, and again the direct ball just putting the Donard backs under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, they are putting pressure. It's a direct ball the whole time, and what do? You either let him by or you foul him. Like when lads are galloping at you, what can you do? But you're looking around the rim. Number 2 has started. Jack Grace is in, and I'm not sure who is actually out. Bringing Jackson up again, slow it down into the wind. And just the result of coming in there, Tinahely lost by 2 points. Owen Darcy had a penalty save last kick of the game.
That's a big result there.
Massive for Aero, is it? Or Bray?
Bray,
yeah.
So
Tinahely at home.
And Healy at home, that puts them under pressure in the relegation. The ball goes short from Mark Jackson, back to Adam McHugh. It's a little bit messy, but Jackson has it back. He's up at the other end of the field now as Donard looked to strip him of possession, but the Baltinglass have done really well to get the ball into the hands of Adam McHugh. McHugh is 45 yards out, slows it down, gets the ball to Jason Kennedy. He gives it back to Jackson and takes it back off him. Kennedy has a look up and comes back as far as Pat Burke here. Burke solos the ball, sizes up his options in front of him. There's lots of Donard jerseys back in front of him. They're just looking to draw out those backs now and try and find an opening here. We've 24 minutes on the clock, that's including a long water break, so with lots of time left in this half still. John McGrath has a look, solos, drops the shoulder, goes past one tackle. Again, there's a Whelan runner inside, and that's Tommy Keogh. Keogh pops it off as far as his brother Johnny. Back to John McGrath. McGrath solos again, has a look. That languid, easy style that he has, pops the ball off, takes the return, gets it to Adam McHugh. He sets himself, kicks off his left foot, and it's gone way to the left of the post and wide. And
three wides on the trot now for Baltinglass. But looking at that, Donard have done to Baltinglass what Baltinglass have done to Donard. They're making him shoot from difficult angles into the wind. Like that'd be a super score if he had a go at. But like also eating down the clock, you know, to bring Jackson up to take a long free, he takes a shot.
Yeah.
Very simply nearly lost it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
could have backfired on you.
Brian Keogh goes long with the kick out again. Huge kick, there's lots of numbers on it. John Hambridge, good fist on it by Jason Kennedy. Tom Burke goes down, picks up the ball, wins his free. Referee didn't hear the whistle. The lads were playing away there, but it is a free to Tom Burke. Garrett Whelan said there was a foot in on the man picking up the ball.
Field is tearing up a good bit as well, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of rain over the last few days haven't helped it. It had got a nice covering on it there. It got a break last week. It had come back fairly well, but heavy traffic this weekend. But games have to be played. Johnny Keogh on the ball, gets it in as far as Adam McHugh. McHugh out in front, takes it really well, turns onto the left boot there, kicks it high and kicks it over the bar. Simple looking score when it's done like that, to be fair, and a good score from Adam McHugh. Baltinglass lead again here, 4 points to 3, and it's just about 26 minutes on the clock.
It is, and it's been 13 minutes since this last score, so they needed that score.
They're just containing Donard though, aren't they? They're
capping them off.
Yeah, they're. You know, even as you said, Donard have done it to them in the last few minutes there. They're just making them play at 40 yards and take the shot at the goal. But again, the kick out was taken. It's into the hands of Kevin Osborne. They get away with the ball, and it's Alan Tuckey pops it off to Kevin Osborne. Osborne in the middle of the field now. Solos with hand in from Kevin Murphy just at the right time. Nicks the ball away, but then tries it the second time and wins a free. Conor Healy takes it quick, gets it to Kevin Keeley. Keeley solos with this one. Alan Daly now out about 50 yards looking for the ball, gets it, solos and has a look. He's going across the field away from the goal though. He gets it to Liam Monaghan. Monaghan comes inside, head up and runs with the ball, pops it off to Kevin Osborne. Again, it's a loose hand pass at the wrong time, but it's fell into the hands of Shane Daly. Daly kicks from way over on the angle, and it's a huge kick from Daly. Brilliant score.
I was getting on to him there about 10 minutes ago for doing it, and said they're wonderful scores if you get, and that is a wonderful score.
It's a wonderful score. He looked like he'd possibly took the wrong option when he was going to kick it, but it's not the wrong option now. It's level again here in Aughrim, 4 points all, 27 minutes gone. Mark Jackson takes the kick out, goes out as far as David Gettins right out on the sideline, pops the ball back into Cian Lee as Baltinglass look to build from the back. Jackson is out in the play, he solos out to the 21, he's at the top of his D, pops a little pass off inside as far as David Gettins. He gives it to Kevin Murphy. Murphy finds Sean Doody, he cuts inside, pops it back to Tom Burke. Burke comes through traffic, some of it his own, gets away with it though. Kevin Murphy on the ball now, gets his head up, kicks a long ball in, a heavy tussle inside. Adam McHugh gets out to the ball, does really well there, takes another heavy hit. McHugh, he's took a few of those in fairness.
He took a few fair wallops, and I think this one has took his toll on him. I think he's winded. We could possibly seen another man going into it, but no, he's just having a chat with him. 17, his Grace.
Yeah, it's a huge battle in there with Owen Kelly and Adam McHugh there at the minute.
Up comes Jackson again.
Here comes Jackson, but McHugh just down getting a little bit of attention here. He's, as I said, he has took 2 or 3 heavy shots there in the course of the first 28 minutes or so.
Yeah, but like with McHugh taking on the traffic and the pressure there and the plunging, you could say, they need to get Tommy Keogh on the ball as well. He needs help in there. He can't do it all himself. And equally with John McGrath.
Yeah, even to be around for the breaks, because you know when those heavy collisions. The ball is breaking in around there. It is a chance for Baltinglass here with Mark Jackson to see can they edge their way back in front in this one. Jackson steps up, good connection. It's a huge kick into the breeze, straight high and over the bar. A brilliant kick from Jackson from the goalie, and Baltinglass lead 5 points to 4 here. We're kind of waiting for this game to ignite still.
We're looking for a goal, I think, and to try to get something going, a bit of a spark.
Brian Keogh lines the kick out up. He floats one out to Conor Healy. Healy takes it at the second attempt, takes his mark. Well done from Healy, takes the ball and kicks it down as far as Shane Daly. Ball hops over Daly and Gittins, but first man to react was Kevin Keely. Keely takes a hit from Billy Cullen and keeps going. Good play from Healy. Pops the ball out to Brian Lennon. Lennon cuts back inside here. Probably should have kept going direct. They've come back out with the ball. Alan Tuckey is on it. Kevin Keely's on it. They're right on the sideline here, about 25 yards out. Pops a hand pass. It's dangerous looking one, but Brian Lennon does well to get to it. He returns it to Keely. Back out as far as Shane Daly. Daly again fancies his chances off this left boot, but for every one good one, there's 3 bad ones.
Yeah.
And that's the danger of shooting from that sort of distance.
Wrong option again. Alan Daly had made a great run out around the D here, and Kevin Keely had the ball, opted to go out away from the goal with the ball, and Kevin out to Lennon. Wrong decision.
Kick out from Mark Jackson. Sean Dody's underneath, does really well, takes the ball, pops it off to Tom Burke. Good play there by Baltinglass under the kick out. We'll have 3 additional minutes according to our announcer here as the ball is kicked in from John McGrath, taken by Tommy Keogh. Keogh does really well to win his own ball here, high off the boot, and it's gone to the left of the post and it's gone wide. Another wide for Baltinglass here, and that's 4 they've racked up. But they have 5 points on the board, 4 wides as well, but there's the one that matters is they're 5 points to 4 up.
And there could be a shower looming as well.
There does seem to be gone very dark overhead here. Kick out from Ryan Keogh. He finds Clifford Grace. Grace pops the ball off to Kevin Osborne. Baltinglass push up, but Osborne a cool head in the right place and gets the ball out to Brian Lennon. Lennon solos with this one, has a look and pops the ball into Conor Healy. Healy 65 yards out from his own goal, looks to pump an early ball in front of Ray Halloran. Halloran's out in front, does really well. Oh, good ball off to Lee Monaghan. Monaghan's away here, but 2 Baltinglass men go to cover. One of them is Keane Lee. Lee does really well, but he's deemed to have pulled the arm of Lee Monaghan, and it's a free into Donard and a chance for them to level the game up here as we...
Good movement again, using the field, spreading the play across, down along the line with Monaghan, done well to win a free there. But a free probably had to be given away as well. If you had got by him, he was on the move. He's a strong runner and he was on the move, but Baltinglass had cover there. It was 2 players there, but you can't take the chance. Man going to war with a blue bottle here in the background, if that's what you heard. Chance here for Monaghan, taking it out of his hands. Didn't seem to be the greatest connection, but he's guided it over, and it's 5 points all here. 31, nearly 32 minutes on the clock. Three to be played.
And the water break as well, so we could be looking at another 3 or 4 minutes here. Jackson takes the kick out, goes long again, finds Kevin Murphy. Murphy does well underneath, hand passes the ball back here to Carl Furlong, back into Kevin Murphy. Murphy looking for options, there's not many around, but Furlong makes himself available, gives the ball back in as far as Thomas Burke. Baltinglass happy to just keep possession here now with Jason Kennedy. Kennedy on his own 45, solos all the way across, turns and pops the ball back in as far as Carl Furlong. Furlong gives the ball into David Gittins, and Garrett Whelan has seen enough. It's half time here, we're no better off than we were. It's level pegging, 5 points apiece. Donard have played with the aid of a huge breeze in that first half. Baltinglass probably edged it really. They were more direct, they probably had a few more chances, but level pegging, and you know the way the game is being played, will the breeze make that big a difference, Alan?
Not really the way both teams, because they're setting up differently now. It will be good now to see what way Donard go about it as well, but like they need to get their big lads on the balls here, like on both sides. To say some of them went over. Jason Kennedy there, I think that's the 3rd time he's been mentioned. Alan Daly got 1 kick out from a free. I don't think he's felt away if it's since. You know, and you need them lads on both sides of your field. You need your big lads, your leaders to stand up. So I say it's going to come down to the last 10-15 minutes here where your leaders are.
That's it. Look, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with the second half shortly. Don't go anywhere. There's a cracking game in store here.
It's a long drive to Croker from here. In ways even longer for the fans. The effort, I can tell you, it's worth it. Even today, I can still hear it. The roar of the hill. It's gonna be something else.
You're welcome back here for the second half of our first game today between Baltinglass and Donard Glen. It's 5 points all here at half time. Donard had played with the aid of the breeze in the first half. Baltinglass turning around to play into it now. I don't see many switches, Alan, on either side. I think we're all lining out as they were at the end of the first half. So
we're just waiting for two umpires to get up across the field.
So
do you know any of them?
I do. You can tell him to go quicker if you want. I won't. You could get your answer from here, I'd say.
I know. I can already tell you what it is.
So we're just about ready to rock and roll here. Garrett Whelan getting ready to throw in the ball.
The shower has evaded us.
Yeah, it's got dark a few times yesterday and we're lucky enough to miss it as well. The ball is in, the second half is on, there's a break in the middle of the field, comes as far as Colin Osborne, heavy hit there from Sean Doody. Doody goes down to pick up the ball, it's scrappy, but John Hanbridge comes up with, pops it off to Conor Healy. Healy 65 yards out from his own goal, looks to run with the ball, gets through 2 tackles, does really well, needs support though, he's pulling his jersey, he's won a free, and a free into Donard. Donard starting this second half with a little bit of impetus, in fairness to him. Kevin Osborne gets the ball out to Liam Monaghan, pops it back in again. It's a looping hand pass, but falls into the hands of Shane Daly. Monaghan will fancy his chances, will he? No solos, pops the ball off here as far as Colin Osborne. Osborne has a look at the post, gets the ball out to John Hanbridge. He pops a pass inside to Ray Halloran. Halloran is tackled brilliantly there by the defensive Baltinglass, breaks it down, and in the hands of Kevin Murphy, he takes the free quick, gets the ball to Johnny Keogh. Keeley does well to turn him, but he pops it off to Billy Cullen. Cullen looks for support. That support comes in the shape of Patrick Burke here. He sidesteps the ball and misses the player, does really well. Gone to ground there is Clifford Grace holding his ear. I think he got clipped. Patrick Burke went by him there. John McGrath has the ball in his hands, pops it off here as far as Stephen Heaslip. Heaslip has it into the hands of Johnny Keogh again, looking for the direct ball in. It's high, it's a dropping ball in on top of Tommy Keogh, but it's Owen Kelly is back there, and it's a free for an advantage. That was accruing back here, so
yeah, but Grace was completely caught in no man's land there. He didn't know whether to stick or twist or what to do when he come, and then he stopped on his heels. But getting clipped there, he got himself clipped because he led with the shoulder to try to get Burke going by him, and Burke had the momentum.
It's a free now to be taken here by, looks like it's all the way out here. Mark Jackson has come up to take this one again, so it's all the way out here. Chris Canavan is telling him to come out to where he is, so it must have been a long advantage enough if that's the case.
Yeah.
It's Mark Jackson anyway, steps up. He's about 51 or 2 yards out here. He'll fancy his chances with the breeze in his back. He'll definitely have the distance, I was going to say, but the range. His ball is kept in, hands on it there. Owen Kelly does well to tidy things up at the back. The 2 Keoghs tackle him, Johnny and Tommy, but Kelly does well. He needs support. They've turned them over, they've done really well, but back there helping out is Brian Lennon. Lennon gets the ball out as far as Colin Osborne. It's a loose hand pass and it's kicked off the ground and off the post from Adam McHugh. He didn't pick it up, he went soccer style, but it came back off the post and into the hands of Kevin Osborne. He finds Clifford Grace. Again, it's a loose hand pass in around the house there. It's dangerous stuff Donard are playing, but they're coming away with the ball. Alan Tuohy has the ball. Owen Kelly tries to break through the tackle, does really well. The number 3 gets out underneath the stand. He's about 60 yards out, throws a boo on the ball, but again it's another lengthy advantage accruing there, so we'll have the free. It's very stop-start at the minute, Hallen. There's not a lot of momentum for either team to the game.
I think McHugh done the right thing. He wouldn't have had a whole lot of chance to get down over that ball. I think he'd have been smothered, so he took the right opportunity, hit the post, come back out. But like with that advantage there, I think like, you don't have an advantage. Just give the free and keep the game going.
That's my thing. Alan Tuohy gets the ball to John Hanbridge. Hanbridge pops it into Brian Lennon. They play through the hands. It's in the hands of Kevin Keeley. Now he turns and comes back to his own 65 to try and start the attack again. Conor Healy is on the ball here. Healy solos, has a look. Again, looks at his options. Baltinglass have numbers back there in front of their defence though, and they're shoring things up really well. Tuohy is on the ball, gets the ball into Shane Daly. He just loses possession in the tackle though. Again, it's good Baltinglass tackle and it's good pressure on the man on the ball. And Jason Kennedy comes away with that ball, gives it to Kevin Murphy, to Johnny Keogh through the hands now. Billy Cullen has the ball. Johnny Keogh was dumped to the ground there. And again, we're going back for...
You're going into the book now.
It was a late tackle there on Johnny Keogh.
He come across him as he left off the ball.
Again, as we said, it's just stop-start at the minute.
And different referees have different interpretation of this. Some could give a black card. Some people say that's a third man tackle coming across him. Like he followed through, the ball was gone. He knew what he was doing.
He checked the player, but there's no one going into the book. So
he's only getting his just registering him.
Kevin Murphy to take this one. 65 yards out from his own goal. Goes long, goes direct. John McGrath's in underneath. McGrath tries to take it on his chest, but touches the ball on the ground. He's not happy with the decision, McGrath.
He could have possibly had a little nudge in the back there too as he was hitting to the ground.
Again, Donard take the free. It's back with Brian Keogh, back out to Owen Kelly. Kelly 21 yards out from his own goal as Donard look to try and build the whole way from the back. It's Kevin Osborne gets it, hands on the ball into Owen Kelly. Kelly gives it into Liam Monaghan. Here John Hanbridge comes, gives it back again. It's a loose hand pass again.
It's the pressure. Baltinglass are pushing him to the sideline, they're pushing him to the wire, they're getting 3 or 4 around him and no avenues to get out of at all.
And that pressure on the man on the ball is forcing the poor hand pass. Patrick Burke, again they go long into John McGrath. McGrath shields the ball really well, but great covering there from Alan Tuohy back there, does really well, gets the ball home. Kelly, he finds Kevin Keeley. Keeley has a bit of space now as he gets his head up and pops the ball off to Colin Osborne. Osborne has Brian Lennon outside him. Lennon takes it again, it's a high loop and hand pass. He could have probably took it on the run a bit better if it was a better hand pass. He's turned 2 Baltinglass men on his case straight away again, and this is a team that's running through the day. It's heavy pressure on the Donard man on the ball, and finally they've got the ball into Alan Daly. Daly again has 2 men on him, one of them Johnny Keogh, the centre forward all the way back there, the other one Carl Furlong. Again it's a loose hand pass. Sean Doody gets it to Billy Cullen, he gets the ball out as far as Kevin Murphy, back to Johnny Keogh. Baltinglass come raiding, there's men back for Donard though, they've a sweeper back there, it's in the hands of Jason Kennedy. They spread it all across the pitch as they go forward, and it's now Patrick Burke takes on this ball, gets his head up, has a look, steps inside Liam Monaghan, pops off a pass, gets it into the hands of John McGrath. McGrath's 45 yards out, 2 men on his case. Jersey has pulled a free to John McGrath this time, and
yeah, I say, look at what Baltinglass doing. They're cutting off all your routes. Like going into the book here now. Like Alan Daly got the ball straight away. They're pushing him to the sideline. He'd no outlet straight away. He gave the hand pass away because 3 around him. He'd no one to give it. If there's 3 around him, there's 2 lads idle somewhere.
yeah, it's huge pressure on the man on the ball at all times. This Baltinglass outfit, they've opted not to bring up Mark Jackson this time. Is 45 or 6 yards out. Johnny Keogh goes short to Stephen Heaslip, gets the ball back, has a look. I tried one with the outside of the right boot, just didn't come off, and it's gone away to the left of the post and wide. And you know, both teams now just struggling to find their rhythm, and just scores at a premium here.
Well, we're 7 minutes in and no score in the second half.
You know, even Baltinglass, they were so slick for at times parts of last year as well. They don't seem to be hitting that slick movement, although Donard are doing really well to try and bottle him up. The ball is right out on the sideline. It's won by Jason Kennedy. He gets the ball inside, and it's now Adam McHugh in a little bit of space, has a look, steps up, pops a little pass inside looking for Tommy Keogh, but again there's 2 men back in there. One of them is Clifford Grace. He gets a boo on it. It'll be a line ball to Baltinglass here, and again it's gone. It is.
It's sloppy, but as we said, we're into winter football.
Ball is taken quickly. It's into the hands of Tommy Keogh. He gets the ball back to John McGrath. McGrath turns on that trusty left foot. Brilliant score. Just when Baltinglass needed a lift, the right man gets the ball in a little bit of space and fires a huge score over. It's a big score at this stage of the game. As we said, it's nearly 8 minutes gone before the first score, and Baltinglass have got it at 6 points to 5.
Yeah, and as to see the way the game is going, there's not going to be a whole lot of scoring in it. Like that's a big score there, when they rightly needed it.
Brian Keogh to take the kick out here. Again, has a look. There's a high press from the Baltinglass men. The runner there is a loose looking kick though, and it's taken by Patrick Burke. Burke is away here. The flying number 5 gets the ball inside to Adam McHugh. McHugh sizes it up, but just goes to the right of the post and wide again. And 6 wides now for Baltinglass. They're just, as I said, struggling to find their scoring rhythm at the minute, but they are on top here. Donard are struggling on their kickouts, and they're struggling to get the ball outside their own 50-yard line, really.
And there's not a lot of urgency to get the kick out taken quickly here by Donard. You know, like you're trailing the game, you have the wind in your face. They need scores.
Yeah. Look, even at 6-5, there's a lot of work to get 2 scores to get back in front here.
There is, yeah, massive.
Kick out is taken, and Liam Monaghan wins it out in the middle of the field, gets it to Kevin Osborne. He tries to find Kevin Keeley. It's a loose looking pass, but Conor Healy goes for Billy Cullen, and Conor Healy clash with one another there. A huge hit, a huge shoulder. Healy wins the ball, gets it back to Kevin Osborne, takes it back, gives it to Kevin Keeley again. Now Donard come looking, the ball is low in, as a good foot in. Brilliant play by Keane Lee. Gets to the ball first there, just as it looked like Donard were going to get up the field maybe for a score. It's snuffed out by the Baltinglass backline. It's into the hands of Adam McHugh. McHugh out in front does really well, pops it off to Johnny Keogh. Keogh looks up, goes back inside to Adam McHugh. Looked like he was fouled. He was fouled. The referee has his hand up. Adam McHugh has the ball, again sizing up his options, pops it into John McGrath. McGrath now tries to get inside on that left foot, dances around Colin Osborne, waits for his free. There's no advantage Oh, he had his hand up for an advantage.
No, that is a very, very bad decision.
That's it.
An advantage, and he said there was no advantage. I'll stop and get me free, and he used it the other way.
That's the advantage rule for me. That's a joke, to be honest. But Donard come raiding a long ball inside, and it's just gobbled up by Mark Jackson. Went over everyone into the hands of Tom Burke, and out as far as Sean Doody. Doody now has a little bit of space in front of him, 65 yards out from his the Herbst end here as he pops it off to Johnny Keogh. Keogh comes up the field, gets it off to Kevin Murphy. Murphy inside to Tommy Keogh. Keogh 21 yards out, just in from the sideline on the stand side. Comes back, recycles the ball back to Kevin Murphy. Talk about having a shot there, but instead tries to get the ball into the shooter. That man is Adam McHugh right at the top of the D. McHugh kicks this time. This one has gone to the right of the post and gone wide. Another wide for Baltinglass.
And Conor Healy had to pick up a bit of a knock there going by Kevin Murphy. Nothing in it, but just the two of them took a bit of a knock. John McGrath's not happy now. He's getting been told.
I don't blame him on that.
I think Garrett got that one wrong. No.
Yeah, I think you can't have your hand up for an advantage and then blow a fella for over carrying when he wants the advantage. It doesn't make sense.
Like if he wants to stop and not go on, he's won his free.
So
17 is in here now. Sean Doody going off. Yeah, maybe it's about
Chris
half an hour
Heaslip.
maybe, but Stephen Heaslip there has been very, very quiet for me today as well on the Baltinglass.
yeah, this Chris Heaslip, he's fast, he's dangerous. So
It is, but look at when Donard attacked here. The back got the foot in. It's winter football, it suits backs. All you have to do is break it away. If you can break it away, the forward has to start again. You've half your job done.
Brian Keogh, long kick to the middle of the field. Oh, brilliantly taken there by Jason Kennedy. Kennedy takes his mark, gets up and plays away, gives the ball to Pat Burke. Burke now, as Baltinglass come looking, they probably had chances. They should be a little bit more valued than 1 point in front here, but they're not. It's 6 points to 5. Donard are dogged in their defence and they're sticking to their task. Chris Heaslip on the ball, gives it to Kevin Murphy. He takes it back now. Heaslip 17 just in. Solos with the ball again. There's just all a little bit static. There's referee has blown the whistle.
Referee advantage now. Incoming number 5, who is
Ronan Kelly.
On Donard Glen. Ronan Kelly, number 5, replaces
Tuhy, is it?
Alan
number
Tuhy.
4, Alan Tuffy.
Put in a good shift.
But a good shift. He's after covering well in that back line there, to be fair to him.
I
So
suppose that, like the Baltinglass bringing in fresh legs, you need to do the same. If they're bringing in a runner, you have to get someone that's going to try match him.
and as we said, Mark Jackson comes up now to kick this one. Chance for Jackson here to stretch the lead out to 2.
So and
I
you
was
have
saying
to get 3 scores then to try to get in the lead. You only managed 5 scores in the first half with the wind. Where are you going to get these scores from is the question.
kick is a long one, it's a good one, it's high and it's gone to the right and wide again. The crowd underneath me here thought it was over the bar, but as I said, we're waiting for this game to ignite a little bit. We need a spark from somewhere and it just doesn't seem to be coming at the minute. Baltinglass having lots of chances, but will they be made road them?
Maybe that wind is playing a lot more havoc out there than we realise. We're snug up here, Emmett. So.
Well, we're well covered in. The kick out, does it go outside today? Oh, there's trouble here. Poor kick out from Brian Keogh. Chance for Johnny Keogh. Blast the ball and he blasted wide of the post. And what's going on now?
He can't touch it either.
It has to come outside.
Outside the D.
Yeah, so, well, look, you can't blame him for trying to take his chance, I suppose.
Well, you have to do it. If you were back there, I think I'd really go in and try to stop it.
I'd rather pick it off the ground than have it in the back of the net.
Picking it out of there, yeah. No.
So Brian Keogh is going to take the kick out again. He's giving him a second chance here. He's not as knee with this time. It goes long to the middle of the field. Hand on it from John Hanbridge. It's won though by Stephen Heaslip. Heaslip is surrounded by Donard players. Chris Heaslip gets a boot to it on the ground. Colin Osborne comes to pick up the pieces and gets the ball to Conor Healy. Healy now Donard he's been very good all day, but they need him now for the next 10 minutes to put in a huge shift here, and he's away doing it. He's on the run, gets the ball to Liam Monaghan. He's there for the pass again. It was a dangerous looking pass. I thought he was going to be in trouble, but he wins. He's free there. Soft-ish looking free, but he's got it. But the pass didn't do him any favours there.
Fair play to him. He was outstretched there. He was there to be hitting, as I say, a hospital pass, and he could have been poisoned, and maybe he has. He's down here now. But Healy has been very, very good for him today. He's taking the ball into contact. He's riding the challenges. He's drawing frees. But like Baltinglass, I think their tactics, they're working on everything. Their short kick outs down here on Donard are not working. Donard are going to mid of the field. If Baltinglass have won 6 of the Donard kick out. That's good. That's a good return.
That's a good return off kick out, and it's with that wind or whatever, that momentum is very hard to stop. And Donard have done a good job enough in. Baltinglass have been a bit wasteful probably, but look.
I could say we're 15 minutes into the second half, and I think this is Daly's only second time to try kick the ball.
It's off the ground. It's about 40 yards out. It's a
huge
kick. Huge kick against the wind from Alan Daly. That's a brilliant kick. It's 6 points all here, and will that ignite either team? We're on the water break straight away again. As I say, it's very stop-start this game. Just when you think there's a bit of momentum, there's a break in play, but 6 points all. Donard will be happy enough with that, Alan, I'd say, playing for 15 minutes into that breeze, and Baltinglass missing the few chances. There's probably, Baltinglass are almost taking the sting out ourselves.
They are taking the sting out ourselves. Like, you kicked 4 wides and they kicked 2 scores, or 1 score in that half of football, so it's it's entertaining at times, but it's messy. Like, it's saying that they're kicking wides, they're still creating them chances.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine at some stage they're going to knock over 2 in a row here, or 2 or 3 points in a row. But as we said, Donard, they've probably got up 2 or 3 times into the danger area there, and they've got 1 score out of it, so they'll be happy enough.
Like if they're able to draw the fouls with Daly able to kick a ball like that into that wing, like that was a massive kick, there was still ball on that going over the bar, so like anywhere 45, 50 yards out here now, he'll pop them over.
See both teams just in their final water break huddle here. Of course, it might not be the final water break. We could be extra timing and all sorts of things here. Has to finish today. We need to know for the names to go into the hat tonight.
See, they're getting ready down here. There's another lad getting ready doing a bit of stretching. I don't know the number of them yet now, whether he's going to come in, but they're going to freshen up again. Daly in giving instructions, getting them into a huddle down here. Equally so is Heaslip and Crow.
Yeah, it's all on the next 15 minutes for both these teams. Their championship life is on the line.
At half time, the last 10-15 minutes now, this is the biggest quarter for any of these lads now to.
And look, I'm sure if you told Donard coming here this morning with 15 to go, their level coming out, they'd have taken arm and all.
But and even saying that, Donard have nothing to lose here. There's nothing to lose. If they win, they're a step closer. If they don't, they've kept their status. They've done well. First year back up with senior ranks. There's more pressure on Baltinglass here.
So we'll know after another 15 minutes. We're getting ready to rock and roll here. The kick out will be from from Mark Jackson in the Baltinglass goal. Baltinglass playing into the town end, as we call it, with the breeze in their back. Donard have done very well to hold them in that first 15 minutes, just a 1 point score and won themselves. It's level pegging here. Who will join St. Pat's and Blessington in the hat? This 15 minutes will tell all. It's Mark Jackson, huge kick down the field, a bomb down the field into the hands of Kevin Murphy. Murphy offloads it straight away to Johnny Keogh. Ball is out to Chris Heaslip. He'll look to run at this Donard. He wasn't let because he was dragged back. It's a free. An advantage. It's a free, and it'll be a chance. And Mark Jackson will come all the way up the field here.
That was a massive kick out.
Huge kick out. It's all of, you're looking at nearly 80 yards, I'd say.
I could have been more on it.
Straight into the arms of.
But popped the pass to Johnny Keogh going by and won the free. He's taken himself. Jackson had come. He's been told to go back.
Johnny Keogh, he's about 43 or 4 yards out. Kicks this one. It's high loping ball. It's dropping in around the danger area. It all brilliantly taken by John McGrath. He would look to be over the back of the Donard player. The referee is
going to throw it up.
I
think the defender had that before McGrath got, but there was some leap by John.
There was some leap by him. He's going to throw it up. Say he would have been unlucky not to get a free out there, the Donard men, because John was
involved with Donard players down here, laying down the lotto.
John Hambridge and Kevin Murphy are in for the throw in. Garrett Whelan explaining what he's doing there, telling lads to get back. Throw it in, Garrett, and let's get going here. Ball is in again. Murphy gets a fist on it again. Huge numbers back there. One of them is Colin Osborne, picks up the pieces. He's tackled by Adam McHugh. Just tries to boo it up the field to Liam Monaghan. Ball is touched away by Pat Burke. Ball was on the ground. Both players get up and play away. Kevin Murphy surely dragged back. He is dragged back. I think Garrett was going to give it the wrong way there. A free one there. A chance now for Mark Jackson to come up again.
Monaghan was a little bit harshly done by there. He possibly could have had a free there first. 19 about to come in here now. Liam Mullen. I knew the head of him. I just couldn't put a name up.
Liam Mullen is on the scene here. Who's he coming in for?
Substitution on Donard Glen. 19,
Ray
Ray
Halloran.
Mullen replaces number 30, Ray Halloran.
Well, to be fair to Ray,
A good baller now too is Liam.
good ball winner as well they need, but then the ball has to be got up there.
Jackson was up at the come up this time, I'd say. He was given out to Johnny for not letting him come the last time. It was an easier ball to kick.
42 or 3 yards out again. It's Mark Jackson, the familiar pose. Has he got the accuracy? We'll find out now. He has, it's drilled it high and he's drilled it over the bar. Huge score from Jackson. 7 points to Baltinglass, 6 to Donard. There's 20 minutes on the clock here. A huge 10 minutes for these two teams coming up. Brian Keogh will take the kick out again. Baltinglass pushing way up on
Alan Daly now is to come out wing forward into the field and try to get on ball. It's not easy.
Long kick from Keogh down the middle of the field again, but brilliantly taken by that man Conor Healy. He takes his mark, has a look around again. He's looking for an outlet. The ball is drilled low in as far as Shane Daly. David Gittins is on it, just gets a foot to it, does enough. Good play from the back there.
Bad free.
It was a poor ball enough into the forward. They need possession, they need to hold possession, but Baltinglass just about try and keep possession. Right out on the sideline, Chris Heaslip flicks the ball after the Nard player and wins his line ball. He done well there, Heaslip. He was under pressure.
Yeah. And he was back pedaling as well.
Ball is back into the hands of David Gittins. Gittins solos out with this one, has a look at his options. One of them is Billy Cullen. Foot passes the ball all the way across to Keane Lee. Lee solos, has a look 45 yards out from his own goal. Gives the ball to Carl Furlong. Back into Kevin Murphy. Murphy now looks to Bill from the back. Breaks the tackle, does really well. Murphy gets past one, has a look up again. He needs support. He's left a little bit isolated, but gets the ball back to Keane Lee. Kevin Murphy just telling his forwards he wants them to show out in front for the ball there. He's a little bit frustrated as Donard Baltinglass have coughed up possession under pressure from Donard there. Kevin Keeley gets the ball back to Jack Grace. He finds Conor Healy. Healy pops the ball out to that man Daly. Little bit of space for Alan Daly here. Tries to pirouette his way around the defender, but he's held up. Back to Jack Grace. They're underneath the scoreboard, 14 yards out. Brian Lennon drills the ball across. Dangerous looking ball. Kevin Murphy gets a hand on it. John Hambridge is in there. A little bit of ping pong goes on, but Jason Kennedy comes up with the ball just about. He's tackled by Liam Monaghan. He's fouled by Liam Monaghan, and Baltinglass get away there. It was a dangerous ball from Brian Lennon, lashed across the square there.
A big free to win there. That, as I say, it was like ping pong in there. Nobody was trying to get in a back's worst nightmare, and there was no one coming through to get a bow on it for Donard.
Away come Baltinglass with the ball here. Pops it off into the hands of Tom Burke. Burke at the second attempt just about gets the ball, and he finds Jason Kennedy. Kennedy gets it to David Gittins out as far as Kevin Murphy. Murphy again on the ball, pops a little pass here as far as Keane Lee, or Carl Furlong, sorry. He gets it back into David Gittins again. There's a little bit of a tussle off the ball, a little frustration on both sides, but Pat Burke picks a pass to Jason Kennedy. A brilliant pass there, and Kennedy's away. The runner off his shoulders. Carl Furlong, he looks up, puts the ball into space in front of John McGrath. Will McGrath get there? He will not. Couldn't make it. It was, again, you're playing the ball down into a corner.
That's a blind avenue that if he got that, the work he still had to do to try to get back into a scoring position. And like you can see back there a few minutes ago, Kevin Murphy saying, I need you to show. Double change coming in here.
Double change.
One of them, and
Daniel Kelly. So a double change for Baltinglass as they ring the changes here.
Two fair ballers to bring in now when you need them.
Coming off is Tommy Keogh.
Has been quiet.
Has been quiet, in fairness. Donard have marshalled them really well, but it looks like Daniel Kelly will go inside. Pater Burke has come out around the middle already. A long kick hanging in the air, but this time it's Colin Osborne picks up the break. Donard in possession. Ball is in the hands of Brian Lennon. Lennon twists and turns his way out of trouble there with Thomas Burke. Does really well. Little pass up as far as Liam Mullen. Mullen has it, gets the ball in as far as Conor Healy. Man gone to ground just off the ball. Another man gone to ground a bit further up. A Donard man. Healy is still in possession just at the wrong time though. It's nicked off his toe and taken away by Chris Heaslip into Daniel Kelly. Here come Baltinglass. There was a check there by Colin Osborne. The referee has his arm up. That's no advantage to me, but John McGrath has the ball right down in the corner underneath the tricolour. Does really well McGrath to get himself out into a scoring position. Gets the ball to Johnny Keogh. Keogh under pressure here, kicks the ball high. It's gone to the left of the post, I think, and gone wide. It is gone wide
Yeah,
there.
he's equally going fair enough. There was a ball out here. It was a check. It should have been a free. He's going in the book now. But there was 2 over here for Donard and they on the rampage up the field, and they haven't been dealt with. So like there's linesmen here as well. There's umpires. They all
It's
have
a
to
yellow
be there
card.
for 18.
Probably lucky to get a yellow for that. It's a yellow for number 6. It's Colin Osborne has gone into the book. You know, I'm not a fan of the black card, but if the rule is the rule.
No, you can't defend it. You don't like advantages or anything.
Let's see. Don't like anything today. Be the same thing.
Yeah.
You want to watch yourself. Owen Kelly on the ball here. Kelly has it as Donard look to build from the back. Still only a point in this one. 7 points to 6. 24, just 25 minutes on the clock here. Who's the next score here is vital. If Baltinglass get 2 up, it's hard to see a way back for Donard, but if Donard can get the next one, who knows what's him. Conor Healy's just blocked down as he tries to get away with that ball, but Colin Osborne comes to his aid, gives it to Liam Monaghan, takes the ball back. Osborne, wearing number 6, charges up the field again. 3 jerseys, Baltinglass jerseys around him straight away. He gets his free. Kevin Keeley looks to take a quick, does take a quick in as far as Liam Monaghan, floats the ball in. Monaghan gets it, he's 14 yards out on the angle, has a look, pops it back into Keeley. Keeley on the run, drills the ball with his left foot, drills it high and drills it over the bar. A huge score for Donard. Just as I said, the next score was vital. Donard have got it, and there seems to be a bit of a pep in their step after that one. We're level again here in Aughrim. 25 and a half minutes on the clock here, 7 points all. Now the next score is a big one. Mark Jackson, huge kick down the field. Padder Burke is underneath, gone over everyone. It's into Adam McHugh. There's a chance here. A huge kick out. Ball breaks inside. Chris Heaslip gives the ball into John McGrath. Back to Heaslip. Chance. Goal for Baltinglass. A goal for Baltinglass. It's in the back of the net. Garrett Whelan is going in to his umpire.
Garrett. There's a big call here.
There's a big call here.
The same now. I thought he wasn't square.
He was surely running in
though. That's some response straight from a kick out. A monster kick out over everyone.
Adam McHugh gambled. It's a goal. It's 1-7 to 7 points. McHugh gambled as all good forwards done. He waited back. Ball came through everyone, and from there on in, it was a well worked and a brilliant finish by Chris Heaslip, the sub. And it's a sucker punch for this Donard team. They battled so valiantly up to now.
To get that score back, and like he said, if someone can get a goal, possibly the winner of the game. I can't see Donard being able to come back from this.
Huge kick again from Brian Keogh. Again, there's lots of bodies under, but Johnny Keogh gets the break, gets the ball into Adam McHugh. McHugh gets his head up, has a look, solos across the field again, looks to keep possession and looks for a runner. That runner is Billy Cullen. Cullen solos up to the 45, pops a little ball in front of John McGrath. Chance for McGrath here, gets the ball in space, tries to make space, but good numbers back there. Clifford Grace does really well, gets the ball back to his number 6 is Colin Osborne, and away goes Osborne up the field. Looking for the ball again. Liam Monaghan is here now. Alan Daly is with him right on the sideline. But they'll have to get up the field in numbers Donard to try and get this goal back. Brian Lennon though is swallowed up by 3 white jerseys straight away. Ball is back in the hands of Kevin Osborne. He finds space on the far side, and in that space is his full back Owen Kelly. Kelly solos up the field, has a look, tries to get the ball into Liam Mullen. Mullen turns his man, does well enough. Has Tom Burke got the legs to get back there? No, Mullen gets the ball. He needs support. That support comes in the fashion of Owen Kelly, but he just can't get the ball to him. Now Kelly has got his underneath the scoreboard, but there's a free out. There must have been a pull back on a Baltinglass player in there.
19 coming in here now.
That's Tygo Toole.
Yeah, but like just they're breaking up the field here. As you said, Alan Daly was coming alongside Colin Osborne. Opted to go back into the middle. Should have popped it to Daly. Would have come up under the wing. Wouldn't have been in traffic. I just think the wrong option again. Several times today, I just think you've took the wrong option. They need to get the Dalys on the ball. You need your scorers. They got the ball to Mullen in the far corner, completely isolated over there, and couldn't get back out.
It's a free. Mark Jackson will take this free.
What are we looking at here?
David.
Adam
McHugh.
After putting in a fair shift, took a lot of knocks.
Took a lot of knocks, and in fairness, he could have scored a point or two. He could have left with 5 or 6, to be fair to him, but got in, but was really good for the goal as well. Ball breaks in the middle of the field. Padder Burke pops the ball off here as far as Tygo O'Toole. O'Toole has a look, kicks a high diagonal ball in, looking for John McGrath in there. McGrath takes it at the second attempt, does really well. On the angle, pops the ball up. Oh, that's some score if it's one. Oh, what a score from John McGrath. Wizardry at its finest, in fairness to McGrath there. you know, you'd probably be waiting to give out to him if it goes wide, but super score.
You a defender get shepherding him out there onto his back, onto his left foot on the wrong side to kick it. You'd be saying, right, have a pop ahead there. I've done my job here, and that's a sucker punch.
1-8 to 7 points now. Baltinglass just ease in front, but pushing the back there from Carl Furlong on Alan Daly. Ball is back in the hands of Jack Grace here. He pops it into Kevin Keeley. Keeley has a look up, drills a foot pass across, but it was picked off by Chris Heaslip, but it wasn't. It's evaded everyone. It's going to go out over the line. It's gone out over the line according to the linesman over there. We'll have 3 minutes. We'll have 3 minutes of additional time here. As I said, the 30 is just up. We'll have the water break. But 4 points to the good here. Baltinglass should see their way home from here.
After getting 2 very tough challenges here now, that's it, 2 weeks in a row, or 3 weeks in a row. They're all together. Sorry, there's a break in the
Long ball in. John McGrath gets it at the second attempt. His runners out. He's dragged unceremoniously to the ground here. And it'll be there's calls underneath us here for a black card, but there was 2 men inside there if that ball went in.
He's going to the book.
Interesting to see. I think it's on Kelly.
Black card, yeah.
Black card for Owen Kelly. He's gone. That's the end of his day, unfortunately for him.
It's the end of Bernard's as well, unfortunately.
Mark Jackson right on the 45 with this one. He's about 6 or 7 yards to the left of the left post in the town goal. And Owen Kelly trudges off. Chance for Jackson just to stretch out the lead here. Familiar pose, kicks this one high, drills it up, and it goes high and goes over the bar. It's 1-9 to 7 points, and Baltinglass just ease away now in these last few minutes. We're a minute into injury time here. Kick out from Brian Keogh again. Drills another one high out to the middle of the field. Again, there's huge numbers from both sides underneath it. There's a hand on it there from Tom Burke. There's a scrum of players on the ground. Ball breaks backwards and it's into the hands of Carl Furlong. Furlong does well. Pops a little pass off. Said it's a throw pass. He threw the ball according to Garrett Whelan. Donard looked to go get the ball quickly. Matter of urgency here for the Donard men. Conor Healy
cutting the eyes out.
Has a look, pops a little ball off into his wing back here, Ronan Kelly. Kelly again evades the tackle, does really well. Kelly finds himself 45 yards out, needs a little bit of support now. Kevin Murphy arms out, tackles him, turns him around, but Conor Healy gets the ball, burst past one tackle. He was falling into that as he went down there.
He was slipping. There was no malice around that.
He was slipping.
Was he given a free or was he given? But yeah, he was falling and he's being hit.
Yeah. Again, Healy, to be fair to him, has carried the fight to Baltinglass all day long there.
He has, to be fair to him, and like he was playing wing back, but since he went into the middle of the field, I think the role has suited him more, trying to get down that central channel.
Yeah, he's been very good. So Colin Osborne will look to probably drop this one in around the house now by the looks of things. Nearly everyone that's tugged out is in there. Here she goes. Fist on it from Liam Mullen, ball breaks in, but Padder Burke gets hands on it, it's broken away, and here comes Pat Burke. Burke will raid down this line. Now there's only one man home for Baltinglass. That's John McGrath inside.
Johnny Keogh over in the middle is making ground up as well.
Ball is in the hands of Keane Lee. He has the runner inside and pumps the ball long, looking for John McGrath. It's going to go over McGrath, is it? He'll just about keep it in. There's a hand on it there by Differ Grace, and it's a 45. And
that's the first 45 of the game. Patrick Kerwin getting ready to come in here for Baltinglass for the closing minutes.
Patrick Kerwin, number 22, comes on. Looks like he's going in for David Gittins.
22, Patrick Kerwin replaces number 2, David Gittins.
1-9 to 7 points here now as we just ease our way into injury time. There's about a minute and a half of injury time left by the clock, I think. Mark Jackson in his Familiar set up from Jackson, drills another ball high, looks good. Umpire goes to the post, picks up the flag, and it's a 6-point game all of a sudden. It was so tight for so long here. It's 1-10 to 7 points now, and as we said, Donard have battled valiantly in fairness to him, but
They did, and the scoreline doesn't reflect on the game. They like it because they were well in it. They fought hard, black hard. The goal was the killer. You know, after getting the score, getting it back level, the goal, then that's it.
And there's the final whistle. Baltinglass will join Pats and Blessington in the hat this evening for the Senior Football Championship draws. Donard, through everything they had to be fair, but they just came up short. Baltinglass, the champions, are back on a roll. As you said, 2 tough games there in the last couple of weeks with Kiltegan and Donard now, and which should set them up rightly for a semi-final.
Yeah, look, about timing your run as you do, keep it loading to yourself, Emmett, and I think they're timing it just right.
It looks that way, and no Mikey English today, I suppose. Will be a worry. He must be carrying a knock as well.
I don't even see him tagged out down there.
Yeah. So, but that's it. Look, we're going to be back with the last of our quarter-finals later on. Rathnew and Dunlavin, and what should be another cracking game at 3:30 here in Aughrim. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks to Alan, Tracy and Stephen here. We'll be back at 3:30. Make sure and tune in. It should be another cracking game.
It's a long drive to Croker from here. In ways even longer for the fans. The effort, I can tell you, it's worth it. Even today, I can still hear it. The roar of the hill. It's gonna be something else.